All right, hello. I'm back. I wanted after my long stream in the park, I wanted to come over here. I was so damn tired. I went to sleep. So I'm going to put this camera down and show you how to braid a cord for a charm that you like. Okay, here we go. This is good. I'm trying to get really good area here. And I'm also doing tarot card readings. They're right here. We're gonna get this cord, this crystal here. It's a clear quartz, and I really like the way it looks. And I'm gonna braid a really nice cord for it. Sometimes I feel it's nice to braid pretty cords for things. Um, I'm gonna do this and show you how I get the whole braid in. And then I'm gonna put my pendant over here, and I got my cards here in case I get any people for the taking. All right, there we go. But yeah, it was a crazy streak. It always is with Sean. The funny story was, and I tell you this while I get this yarn together, is we're coming out from the one string coming out, and I did like four of them because I just split them up because sometimes I lose. Sometimes I be losing internet. And I think any YouTuber will tell you that's like the death kill your stream, but it doesn't matter because of the kind of vlogging I do. So I just started another one. Sometimes I like working with yarn. I think it's the best. I just kind of sometimes take one long one, and with yarn, everything is. I feel like you can clean the cord better, and I don't feel like anybody is. Maybe there's some people allergic to yarn, but not a lot. There's not a lot of allergies with yarn, so this is why I prefer yarn. Alright. I got a very small, petite neck, so I don't know what I do. Because I want it to be like this, so I might go ahead and just do four string. And then you just taper this off with a slip knot. I love knitting. Knitting is like one of my favorite things in the world, honestly. You just take this, it's so easy. Take your two fingers, loop it around your fingers, and then open up a little bit in here and pull it through. And that's it. And you can make jewelry cords with it. And I want to say that so most transverse kind of things they have out there. Alright, and now what we're going to do, we'll take one of these cords, we'll go halfway, like here, figure this about halfway. But you gauge it. Alright, and then I have one of these little kids' foam boards. I always like this when I do my yarn work because I love working with yarn. What I'm going to take is these two strings right here. Oh, hello. How are you? I'm making a cord for my crystal I like. This is a quartz crystal. It's clear and it's nice. And I'm making a nice cord. I'm using just like you would braid your hair. So I'm going to braid this halfway down and then incorporate the crystal. Just to make it a little thicker. I find this method of braiding cords much easier. And a lot of people like my necklaces. I'm actually going to be selling one when I get to work this weekend. So I'm very excited about that. Oh, hi, Brenda. How does life look like in 3 months? Is your life going bad now? I can give you a reading on that. Oh, hi, Brenda. How you doing? It's been a while. How you been? I've been down the park, and Chong got involved in a poop pile. And he never really messes with his poop. He don't care about dog poop. When it comes to other animal poop that, like from deer or coyote, he seems to want to roll around in it. Oh, I'm glad. I came home from that stream doing all these different streams I just released, and then I had to go and push him in the bathtub, which was real fun. Thank God he only was on the edge of it, but it spread all over his fur. As I was coming home from that, one of my neighbors, they like Char. And she's always, because she's known him since he's a puppy. She got some paper towels and she was just taking poop off his back. It got all in there. I don't know what his fascination when we're nature blogging, what that is, but wow. He is a something. I don't know if it's a dog thing where he wants to smell the wild on him. I could not tell you. He does not act like that at home with other poop. Just deer poop and coyote poop. So I don't know. That was my excitement. Does husband have 3-party? I don't know what that means. About a 3-party. Sometimes I don't know all this new stuff. I mean, he's at work, but I don't know about what 3-party means. I'm not up with all the new lingo in the world. I really am not. But in 3 months, I'm bringing up a dissembling moon for that cycle. Oh, does he have a 3rd party? I don't think he does. Honestly. He does. He's not on here. He's at work, so if I don't know what it is, I don't think he does. But you are in a dissembling moon with that cycle, and this just means to relax and I don't know, not think about things and take your time on things in layman's terms. Then you got a full moon, and this just means you have things to get rid of, negative things that have been around you, people that have been giving you negative things and putting you in a bad mood, I guess you could say. So it's just saying to let that go. Then you got a full moon in Taurus, and this just tells you that you have to come up with a plan, a practical plan. And Taurus usually is about prosperity and deals with money. So it's pretty much saying to maybe redefine your budget and think of things to do that are within your reach. I feel that there's some people around you trying to get money quick and focusing everything on money. And honestly, when the universe is ready to gift you with those kind of things, that's what it does. It only works when it wants to work. Oh, hi, Karan. How are you? I'm making a cord for my necklace. A health reading. Are you pregnant again, Karan? Or oh, you're welcome, Brenda. I'm always here. I know it's hard waiting. Waiting is the hardest thing. They have many songs about this. They really do. They got songs about this on every venue, so waiting is the hardest thing. And the universe has done this to me too. So, but I think the last time I talked to you, Karan, you thought you were pregnant. You're scared of disease since I have asked. Okay, it was someone else. Okay, it was someone else, I thought. Well, they, he was never okay, I'm thinking of my friend from India. Her and her husband were trying to get pregnant, and she finally got pregnant. So, they're very people are very family orientated in India. But I could do a health reading on you, but I can give you, since I'm always in really bad health, and my health issues dealt with almost going septic from my gums down to my ingrown toenails going 4 inches on each side and almost losing the ability to walk. And what I do, and it's an ancient technique because I've been studying a lot of stuff with crystals and ancient techniques, Karan, if you're worried about things. And I got through all this stuff without a lot of medical help, just like the basic things. They just removed my toenails so they'll grow back again and took care of the problem so they won't grow in no more so I can still walk. The septic I took care of with a lot of antibiotics. But what I do with crystal work, you can use them for healing. And that's what they did in the ancient Egyptian world. In the future, I had a cat bite and I didn't take any medication. I'm scared. Oh, okay, yeah, cats. I had that happen to me. A cat. I was rescuing a cat. This is funny, and it's funny but not funny. And I tried to give this cat a bath and it's scratching me really bad. And I didn't think nothing of it. I bandaged myself up and I kept getting my hand kept swelling up, and I did not want to go to the hospital. So and my hand ended up swelling up, getting full of pus, and they said, and then by the time I got to the emergency room, they told me it would have been better if I got bit by a dog. So I get it. But they do. This is a real thing. I've been studying a bunch of stuff on the Gaia network or Gaia, and I've been researching just ancient things that people do with crystals. And there's a lot of healing crystals, and if you just keep the positive energy and keep certain crystals around, a lot of times, even if you're meant to like have a really bad health scare, you can some crystals can heal you. And this is why I'm always into crystals, because I always seem to have the worst health issues where people don't even know why I'm living. And I just simply use crystals. I've been using the purple one, amethyst, is really good for healing. And they got some other ones. And you put a lot of your energy into it. And I asked the crystals to keep me healthy until I'm it's my turn to die. And I do that all the time. So And it seems to work for me. I didn't go septic, and here I am still talking to you. And I'm walking. I walked 3.5 hours down the park and literally got home and was strong enough through all that craziness to give my dog a bath and get his 180-pound self up in a bathtub. So that is literally an act of God, but I use a lot of crystal work for my health. And all I do is I keep them with me. I treat my crystals really good, and they're always helping me. And they say Cleopatra and a lot of people through history have stayed healthy this way when there's no medications. I know. I mean, it's worked for me, but I don't know. I just really kind of, I'm nice to all my crystals. But your health scare is in a full moon in Scorpio. And this just talks about fears and stuff, which is makes sense because you're scared. And then you got a full moon in Libra is surrounding you with your health scare and a fixed moon. A full moon in Libra just means that it's gonna the outcome is gonna equal out. So I mean you're gonna have some symptoms but you're gonna be fine. It's gonna heal. And then a fixed moon. And a fixed moon just means to start centering your energy and think about being healthy. And if you think about the positive while you're sick, oh, well, you can't really be scared of disease. It kind of, I don't know. I sometimes, I'm not an expert at it, but I think disease kind of comes when it comes, but I think if you kind of are always doing good things and you're spiritually enlightened, even if you do get something, you always get rid of it. My mother-in-law got cancer, and somehow she was caught it right away, and now she don't have it no more. And it seems the universe isn't nice to people, so when they do get sick, sometimes healing comes later when they have all kinds of side effects. And I think that is how the universe does that. Oh, you're welcome. I mean, you're going to be fine. But I'm just letting you know, maybe if you're worried about keeping those happy vibes going, maybe get yourself an amethyst like me. This, a quartz is good. Like this one, the clear quartz, that is real good for healing too. And for projecting energy and stuff, it's really good. And sometimes, you get a vibe and get to know your crystal. Because they're living. And I know it sounds crazy, but you can communicate with your crystal and then it can harness healing energy. And I think that's the only reason that I'm still alive is because I harness all the healing energy I can. See, I'm taking those and putting there. I like to put them all in there. I like to make them happy when they're on me. And then you just braid it in. Yep, I think that those work really well. That's why I always like wearing them. I mean, that's what would be my suggestion if Queen Cleopatra herself wore these things. I'm saying maybe it's a possibility that there's something to it. I study a lot of historical things. I'm not the kind of person that goes to the bar. I'm the one watching all kinds of educational stuff on YouTube, and I've experimented with it. I take my all my crystals, I put them in holy water, and I fill them with my energy, and they repay me by healing me back. If you have a good copacetic relationship with your crystal, it will heal you. And I do like clear quartz is one of my favorite. I like it because it projects everything. It kind of does protection, healing, and it'll bring things to you. So that too. And I feel when they're on a natural or just something that's nice and soft, I feel they're happier because I just like and I think if you hand make your own cord, you kind of weave your energy into it. I mean, that's the science behind what I am, but what I do, but it doesn't mean I'm not the last word out there in the universe. I'm not. Sometimes the universe likes me, sometimes it doesn't, but I always try to do the right thing. I don't know if the universe thinks of what I do as bad or good. I couldn't not tell you, but I try. I come and I try to help as many people as I can with whatever the universe gives me. And I did want to tell you guys thank you for everything. I hit 1,000 subscriptions in 2 years. And my husband keeps telling me this is good for you too. And I appreciate all you guys. Because I really like to do this to calm down. Because after my dad's death and everything going on with this house, I feel this is the only thing keeping me going. I really do. It keeps me busy, keeps me copacetic, keeps me happy, and it keeps my mind off things, and I'm able to help other people at the same time. I'm going to slip knot this part. And you just take your two fingers and you hold that and this, and that's it. It took me when I first was I mean, I always was a knitter, but sometimes you forget, and then you gotta when you get back and haven't knitted for a while, and man, I had to figure out how to do a slip knot again, and it was aggravating. But you just take this, and you just tie it on. I just wanted a choker. I wanted it to come because I got my cross that somebody gave me. She does online stuff and she sells jewelry online, and she told my husband that he was a real nice person, and she just gave me the cross because she had a bunch of stuff. See, this is nice because you could take it, and if you needed just a little more, you just pull tight that way, and then it goes like that. And then you could just re-braid it, and then it took me, I don't know, probably 15 minutes. And you could do this right with there, and every day it's with you. That's the good part about it. And it does take your energy. And I do get where people talk about God will heal everything if you pray enough, but this will actually harness your energy. And harnessing, I think, is the most important part. Some people don't think it is, but I do. So, this is what I do. And they look nice. I'm making one of these for my coworker. And people, they might pay you for it. Honestly. Because I'm making $20 on a necklace. And I have a crystal growing kit. I haven't got ambitious enough to go and start seeing what crystals I can grow. And it's from Nat Geo, of course. You know, I love National Geographic. They're one of my favorite people. I just like them a lot. I think they're wonderful. I watch Nat Geo all the time. I've always loved them. And then I found a willow tree and by a sun. I'm going to do a symbolic sketch today. I love willow trees for some reason. They really, I think I vibe with them. I just like them a lot. And I was looking at these other willow trees, and I mean, I know you guys probably think my stuff is nice, but some of these artists really bring it and make it look fresh. Just like you were looking at a willow tree. I'm not at that level. But this is an embroidery design, but I think it would look really cool sketched out with some pastels and possibly a little bit of acrylic paint. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Because I like to do symbolic stuff. To me, it's more fun. Some people don't have or think things like this are fun, but I guess they just lose out on the fun because it can be a lot of fun doing artistic things. It really can. And I do enjoy it. I'm going to take this box because sometimes my pastels, when I'm doing this, all the shavings get on. And I like to use these when I do my cords for my necklaces. So all the little stuff, and it won't make this as messy. Because on the other side, it's all full of paint. Crazy amounts of paint. Crazy. Because this is where I get my peace and serenity, is doing this. And my favorite pencil sharpener. If you're sketching, find yourself a nice pencil sharpener that works good because I have went through a bunch of them. Yeah, I don't charge anybody anything in the universe. I'm not. If I was given vision, I'm not going to charge you guys for anything. Nothing like that should be. No one should charge for that. I don't believe they should. So I'll bring on your question. Does Pooh Shiesty really have a crush on me? And he is my spirit guide, like 6 sign Cancer. What does that mean? 6 sign Cancer. I'm just interested. It piqued my interest. I'm more scientific. I really am. I believe that science and energy, and I've studied relativity and motion and everything, and I believe that anything that your brain has, and I read a book on the brain that was 5,000 pages long. And our brain, we only use so much of it. And I believe the other side of the brain harnesses other stuff. And I think a part of it is when people see things. So I try to do things to expand my mind all the time. Meditation, they say, works, or just deep thoughts, or maybe just smoking a little weed and trying to be spiritually enlightened by it. I believe it's our brains that do this. Animals can be spiritual, but not to the point of understanding like humans because our brains are more evolved. And I don't think we've tested the capacity of our brain enough. And I think that's the one theory that everybody overlooks spiritually and everything. They say it's all with spirits. I think it's the way we harness things. And maybe the darkness can come in you and influence you because your brain is geared more for that kind of thing. So that is my understanding of it all. So I take the scientific approach. So I would never charge you for something that my brain picks up because maybe because I'm always trying to expand my brain, I'm using a different part of my brain. That could be it too. It could be a lot of different anomalies, but it's an ongoing study. And I'm studying like string theory, quantum theory, and different things to see if it relates. I could be wrong, could be right, but with James Webb and all the stuff with Stephen Hawking's coming to pass that he was right now that he's dead, they all say he's right. It could be. Nobody's technically wrong, and string theory is just a bunch of hypothesis anyway. So the answer to spirituality could be from string theory. And this is where I'm going with things. Yeah, I say, people do the spiritual community and all these tarot readers think I'm crazy. And I literally think that's what it's from, string theory. And I do. I try it every day to expand my mind and just soak in the things. And I try to do things, and I do. Even I get healed, and things happen, and that's why I always say to expand your mind, because I really think that Stephen Hawking was right with that. He just seen God in a different way. But I do think Stephen Hawking was talking about the light in a higher being. But he just expressed it in science. And science could be your best friend or your worst enemy. It takes, you really got to expand and think about it type thing. But with this crush of yours, it's in a full moon eclipse. And these talk about conclusions that are within reach, which is good because you want conclusion, you want answers, you want to know if he has a crush on you. I get it, because you kind of want to know where you stand so you don't hurt his feelings. And you're surrounded by a full moon in Leo and a gibbous moon. And the full moon in Leo just talks about pride and don't let set standards make your decisions. Because I feel in life, I don't know, I'm getting to that. Sometimes I gotta read them a certain way here. I'm getting to that. But the other energy field around this is in a full moon in Leo. And it's talking about pride. And pride is maybe it doesn't always mean the negative. I feel this person doesn't think he's good enough for you. That's what I'm picking up. He has like kind of a low self-esteem. And then the gibbous moon's here with achieving goals. I feel that he is moving in slow. I'm picking up. Because he's looking at a possible companionship type thing, which would mean, I guess, dating. Companionship and dating are almost the same thing, except sex is involved in that kind of activity. I'm picking up he's moving in slow because he wants a companion, which is good. If he wants to have if he wants to have sex, did you mean sex or that's funny. It's sex. I figured it's sex. I am picking up their sex. He does want to have sex with you, but he wants to be a nice person and he wants a companion also, which is good. This is a really good thing. So yeah, I feel like he's He's just feeling you out and taking it slow. He sounds like he feels like he's a nice guy to me. So, because I mean, companionship is a good thing. You want someone that wants to be your companion. You don't want someone that's just out there. I like those sex agreements. I've heard about those. Uh, I don't like the idea of these sex agreements, but if everybody's in agreement, there's really nothing wrong with it. But I don't know. I have never been a fan of these sex agreements. I feel that it takes away from companionship and stuff. This is the smooth end. I like the rough end so I can get this in here with the sun and the willow tree. But when I first got divorced and everything, I had a lot of people approach me about this. And I just told them I don't like the whole idea. I guess maybe. Oh, he's your spirit guide? Well, that's even better. So he won't be such a jackass then. Some of these people, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they come off, they will try to be nice and they try to candy coat everything, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's like they almost want a sex worker. I mean, if you want to have sex with someone and you want to see where it goes, is fine, but don't come across like that. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not against it, but they put it in a certain way where it just sounds like it's Las Vegas to me. And I know they do these things in Las Vegas. You go to the casino, the rich people when they're married, and what stays in Vegas, half of Vegas stays in Vegas. They used to, even when I was younger, they were doing this in Vegas. But these women like these kind of relationships and they make big money on them. But it seems like they want Las Vegas without having to pay the cash. I mean, this is just my viewpoint of these kind of relationships. But, you know, I am only one person in the universe. Yeah, you can ask anything you want. I just do this to, honestly, I do this sketching and stuff because it helps center me. Can you feel your energy? I'll see. But in a weird way, sketching kind of helps me focus on a lot of things. That's probably why I do more symbolic and then all the Disney for my grandkids laugh out loud. Okay. You must be popular or very pretty. People that are very pretty have lots of options. When I was younger, I always had lots of options and I just vetoed most of them, honestly. I was always, I like to stay to myself. Sometimes the world's too crazy for me. This is why you always see my shorts with wildlife stuff. I'm thinking about the animals and the ecosystem. Well, it's some like that. Yeah, some do, but I don't know. I never was that kind of person. Okay, you had a breakup. Yeah, those are always hard. Breaking up is very hard to do. There's a lot of breakup songs because of this. Even in the 70s, there was. Alright, now you want to know here. Okay, I'm still on, I think, LX. Lexi? Alright. Okay, you want to know if he feels your energy. That whole situation's in a fixed moon. And this is talking about holding vision and stuff. So I'm picking up. Yeah, he can pick up things. He's intuitive, and it's surrounded by a full moon in Sagittarius, and this just tells you to look beyond, look at the bigger picture type thing. And this honestly just means that he's looking at the bigger picture between your companionship, where it could go different routes if the right energy's there. And then you got a full moon in Pisces with that, and this talks about balancing spirituality and practicality. So I guess just really find out if his kind of lifestyle can incorporate with your life, and it could be a good balance. He seems like a nice person, but you gotta be with people that give you a good balance. But I'm picking up he likes you, and he really, and he wants to give it a try, but he's just scoping you out. So, I mean, if you wanted to, you can always, in nonchalant ways, maybe. Is it Lexi? Yeah, Lexi, you could just go around and say, oh, well, just hint around about you and him dating. Just ask him, about, and just put it in conversation and just see what happens. Because sometimes, people are very weary about things. And I get it. I totally get it. In this day and age, you do. There's hepatitis going around. There's a lot of people now with AIDS, and they take the medicine so they don't pass it to the other partner. You got a lot of stuff going on these days. You gotta be careful. That's why I don't. That's why I don't like. I'm real careful who I'm with. I always have been, and I have never got any of that stuff because of this. So, I mean, it happens, unfortunately, because people don't disclose this kind of information before they sleep with you, or they don't get tested like they should before they sleep with somebody. And that's what happened in the 90s. That's why the one the one rapper guy from NWA that I liked a lot. Got it. I don't know how. Easy E. That's how Easy E got it. He just was sexual, and he was with so many people. He ended up, not giving a damn and having a sex party, and that's it. Oh yeah, it is. It's very nasty. You gotta be careful. And that's why when someone's going to cheat on you, it's more than just the unbreakable bond, it's the other. So you gotta be careful with that too. Well, let me see here. Are you and Jay going to get back together? Let me get here. Let me see what the future has for you and Jay. Alright, you got a new moon eclipse for that, and this talks about powerful change. I feel there is going to be a change in his whole aura, and he's being tested with his humanity right now. I do feel that we always get humanity checks. That's what these tests are, to keep us in line with the universe, as they say. So I feel right now he's in there, they're humbling him. That's what I'm getting. Whatever he likes and thinks, because he thinks he's very egotistical. They're taking away things he likes right now because they don't like the way he's acting. And he's surrounded by a new moon in Taurus and a new moon in Aquarius. And The new moon in Taurus talks about prosperity within reach, but they're not going to give it to your ex. And this is Marissa. And new Marissa's reading Zoa. But they're not going to give it to any prosperity to him until he drops the ego. And then he got a new moon in Aquarius, and this talks about where he had to be a decent human being and learn to actually give unconditional love. I think that's what they're working at. Because I'm just getting, he's very egotistical and they're just taking little things he likes away. I mean, if you don't watch it, they might take away his car. I don't know. They do these things. They mess with you these sometimes. That's why it's good to be a good person all the time. The things you have today could be gone tomorrow, and it's your own damn fault if because you are a horrible person. I I don't know if you want to be around Marissa through all of these tests, because to break down someone's ego, sometimes it takes 6 months to a year. Depending on how stubborn they are. I'm picking up yours is very stubborn, so they're gonna start. If you do see him, he's not gonna have no money. I'll tell you that. So I mean, if you want to wait 6 months to a year, that's on you. Possibly after all this, he'll be a better person, but I mean, he seems stubborn to me. So I guess that's I question for you how long you're willing to wait. He can be. Honestly, he can't. They're not going to allow him or you to be together until he drops the ego. He's not allowed to be with anybody until he drops the ego. And if he does get to be with somebody, Marissa, it's going to be someone that literally hurts him. So if he tries to be with somebody, they're just going to make sure that person leaves him and he's upset. If you don't learn your lesson the first time when they're trying to humble you, they will literally take everything away from you, and the only people you'll get is people that hurt you. So, I mean, honestly, if you go back now, he's not going to be very humbled. So, I wouldn't. So, uh, I don't know. I mean, let me see this other question. Now, let me grab this one here. All right, Casey, go ahead and put your other question in. I'm going to get this other one. BHUM, Boomka. Alright, like what is coming towards me of health? How is my health going to be in the future? Alright, let me get yours. And I think it's Boomika. I'm probably pronouncing it bad. I'm from the United States, so I actually pronounced it right. I try to get good pronunciations on these names. I try. Sometimes it's hard. Especially when you're dealing with names you've never seen before. I am an English major, but okay, I actually got it correct. I'm happy. Being up here, I see all kinds of names, and I try. But you're in a full moon in Cancer, and this is not a bad. I mean a full moon in Gemini. Sorry, you're in a full moon in Gemini, and this just talks about answers coming. So I don't feel there's anything bad, but we all have little things. I feel like there's going to be some little things that's going to happen to you, but we all get that. I'm always in the hospital for some little stupid tedious thing. And that is going to happen with age. You got to expect this. And your health is surrounded by a south node and a supermoon. A south node just means, it usually means not letting the past hold you back. But a south node also means good health too. And it could mean, and like good health, but in terms of not bigger things besides the common cold and stuff. We all get that. I mean, that's just where we are in this world with COVID running rampant. Still, as we speak, because it's the new flu. And you got the super moon, and the super moon is just when it's a super moon, just means healing. It's healing and emotion. So I think your health is going to be fine. You might have a couple minor things, but it's not going to be anything bad. So, no, I don't see any major problems. I just see small things being fixed. That's it. There's nothing major, and keep what you're doing, and you should be fine. If you want, get a clear quartz or one of those purple stones, and those actually help with healing. So, or yeah, like I just made a clear quartz for healing myself. So, and put your energy into it, and that'll help you heal also. I had a sprain arm and everything else, and I haven't went to a therapist, and I've been using crystals and just my and therapy, and it's been helping me. So I claim my reading. Okay, I don't know what that means. What do you mean claim it? So I mean, I hope it's good. But yeah, I see you being just fine. I really do. And I know that most Catholics and different religions think that crystals are blasphemy, but clear quartz can help you. It really can. Even if you don't want to wear it, just put it under your pillow. So, oh, you're welcome. And I'll pray for you and your good health because I'm going through the same between my jaw, them taking infection out of my jaw and putting me through surgery for that and everything else. So I get it, but you're gonna heal up just fine. Just just do everything they say, and try to lead a healthy life, and don't do drugs. So besides pot. Besides the marijuana, do not do anything else, and you should be fine. There's no I am a medical person also. There is no medical repercussions of marijuana. There really isn't. But some people that have asthma, that's the only medical repercussion because of the way you're consuming it. If you have any kind of asthma or things where you can't smoke, you can always take an edible because there's THC in our body. I don't know if anybody actually knows this. Well, that's good. We all have it. It's a proven fact. That's why in the drug test they have to test your levels of THC. It's a natural substance. All the natural substances that are on this earth are in our body. And this is a medical fact. You can look it up. It really is. And sometimes, just like I put hemp oil on my wounds all the time. Yeah, nothing chronic, I don't see, but I've just realized because I've been using it, and these doctors want to give me all kinds of stuff. I take hemp oil and put it right in my ear when I get an ear infection, and it goes away. It's an anti-inflammatory hemp oil. I use it for my ears, and if you get a cut, it promotes healing. So if you need to put a little hemp oil on it, it won't make you high, and it helps the natural process in your body. You can even put hemp oil in your coffee if you want. I had somebody that was another nurse that's what she did, and it got rid of her headaches. She didn't take the with the THC, but it helps in healing processes. It really does. It'll help heal your muscles. I use it in my face, and it took away my wrinkles. I'm 51. I don't use lotion no more. That's how well hemp oil works, and I do promote hemp oil. Hemp is actually allowed to some extent in foods and supplements. Well, that's good. I mean, I don't. I'm from Ohio in United States, and they were against all that, and I had to pay a lot for it. But I've been on hemp oil for years, even before all that stuff was legal. And I've had my skin's been wonderful. It keeps it nice and tight. I don't. It's not sagging for 51, and it keeps my body functions going good. And I take the glucose, and I do promote glucosamine and fish oil. I've been taking that for 30 years. So that I do promote. And then I started on that lion's mane. And I like lion's mane. Lion's mane has actually helped promote healing too. It was one of my other subscribers was talking to me about that. So, and I bought it, and I really like it. I like it better than the mushroom complex. Some of my coworkers said that it's gonna make me high because I take the mushroom complex and lion's mane, but it doesn't. It makes me calm, not high, and I don't care. I like it. I use it for work, and actually I use it with everything else with a probiotic. I take a probiotic one with all that, and I do it 3 times a day, and I feel incredible. And I've had so much injuries, so maybe try those. It's over the counter, and the only thing that could happen is you'll pee them out. Probiotics are supposed to be the next wonder drug, they're saying in America, so that's what they say. I don't know. It helped me with my whole entire. And I had to get an operation on my toe when they had to remove my 2 big toenails, and then put it so they can grow back nice. And that hemp oil and everything took down that inflammation. The probiotics helped to heal. And I didn't take any antibiotics. Sometimes I think some of them can hurt your system. Some of those are good, some are bad, and then your body becomes immune to them, and sometimes it's not good. Oh yeah, I can. All right, Marissa, can you clarify my other question? I actually didn't see it. So maybe if you want, just instead of having to go there, just put it in again and I'll get it. I'm sorry. All right. And Priya, what's coming next in my current connection this week? Okay, no. Here, you got if it would be good with the man whose name starts with R. Okay, so you want to know if your relationship with this guy that starts with R would be good. Okay. And then I'll get to your question for you. If I missed anyone's questions, just go ahead, and it's easier just to put them in again. Then I'm going to go through that whole pile. All right. Okay, this question was R. The guy that starts with R. Alright, you got a new moon in Leo, which is good, and it talks about confidence. is the key to success. So maybe just be more confident around him and less clingy. And then you got a waxing moon with that guy surrounding it. And it's talk about energy gaining momentum, which pretty much means he finds you attractive. And he's starting to get a feel for you in that way. Then you got a full moon of Virgo, which just says that you're good enough for this person. So I think you'll be fine, but he's not going to want to hear about this other guy. Don't talk about other guys around this one and just focus on him. And he seems like he's a nice person too, but he doesn't like clingy. I will tell. I'm picking that up right away. Just be more independent around him, and that'll bring him closer to you. Some men are like that. They want to know that they don't have to do everything in the relationship. Chong, it's 80 degrees outside. Okay? I'm sorry. You got black fur. Chong is very upset because of the 80-degree weather, so that's why we're in here. Because he almost passed out yesterday. I know, I'm sorry. It's 80 degrees. Why don't we wait until it cools down, at least gets to 70? Doggies get all dehydrated and you can get heat exhaustion. I don't want you to get heat exhaustion. I love you. I took you out. We did a bark talk. Okay? We'll go do a live stream. Chong says hello, everybody. You're so cute. You're the best, Chong. I love my dog. I love my dog so much. He's the best. Everybody says I spoil him, but I think all dogs need to be spoiled. I know mommy will be done soon, and maybe it'll cool down outside, okay? I loved you. I made your food for you, okay? And you got your ice water. And then we'll go outside a little bit, I promise. Okay? Oh, thank you. Well, that's the reason I'm up here. I was so upset he's a rescue. I was so upset that he had to go through not being fed and in a corner, eating his own poop, that I want every dog to be saved. And this is why I'm up here blogging, is for Chong and all of his friends. Because that's where we need to be. We need to try to help this environment and all these animals out. Because the world isn't going to survive with us. We need the animals need help too. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I do free tarot card reading, is for Chong and his friends. Maybe one day I can be able to do more with the environment and dogs. That's why I tell all you guys to any of those dog rescue groups to subscribe to them. I think I'm subscribed to damn near all of them. I support all of them. I love animals. They do. That's what made me want to be a live streamer, because maybe I could spread more awareness on a healthy relationship with dogs and cats and animals in general. I got 4 animal rescues. I got, besides Mr. Chong, I got 4 cat rescues. And, it doesn't matter what kind of animal they are, they all deserve love. But yeah, I take care of him. I've been doing the farmer's dog thing, but I'm not paying farmer's dog prices. They're expensive. I take a little bit of rice, and then I put some, I always ask Google if he can eat it. And then I put like vegetables with it and the bark seasoning with it. And I think it turns out pretty decent. He likes it, and it's healthy for him. So, well, thank you. Yeah, I got him at 2 months. I'm literally his mother. I literally am his mother. I gave him more milk and everything because obviously he can't feed off of me. So, but all right, Priya, let me get you. You want to know what's in your current connection this week? All right, this week you're in a full moon eclipse, and this talks about conclusions coming to you, answers to questions that you've been waiting for, and the universe has been hiding them from you. Then you got a gibbous moon surrounding you and a balsamic moon. Gibbous moon is just talks about you're close to achieving your goals. And I believe one of these goals is I'm picking up is money. Something for wealth. And it's getting close. It's coming closer. And then you got the balsamic moon, which means you've just been going through some kind of personal trauma in your life. And it's just signifying healing and like soul healing type thing. But that's what I got to you. But at least you know you're close to your financial goal. But the universe did want you to know that you should heal from the other too. So, and I think that's all my question. Okay, no, Anna C. You're My name is Anna. Is there another woman involved in my relationship? Is my partner loyal? Alright, well, let me go and get a reading on this about if your partner is being loyal to you. Because you gotta know if someone's being loyal. If they're not saying nothing, they can give you diseases. That is a very important question to have in the world. Alright. You got a full moon in Libra. And in a full moon in Libra, it's just represents a balance. So you did get the balance card, which is good. It means you're well balanced. And then you got a full moon in Scorpio surrounding your relationship also. And there's a lot of negativity going on. And I'm picking up fighting and where the other partner doesn't feel trusted. And I don't feel I don't see them doing anything at all. They're just thinking about it because it's being mentioned all the time. That's what I'm picking up from this. Then you got a new moon in Leo also, which is just telling you to be more confident to restore your relationship. So I don't think that he is now, but he's thinking about it. But maybe just let him know. Maybe if, instead of like coming right out at it, maybe just try to investigate without him knowing to not add more negativity. Because I feel if the more fighting that goes on or words, that it will happen. And that does happen. I have a lot of male friends, so I do, and they do this. If their spouse or whatever is talking about and accusing them of cheating all the time, they actually go out and find somebody and just have sex with someone else. Just because they get accused of it, they said they're going to at least get They just want to be able to do it. And this happens a lot. I have seen this happen in a lot of relationships where they weren't cheating, but they do it just because someone said it. I don't know why. I just know that's how people are sometimes. It's not right, but they do it. And once they do it, they're just so upset about how things are. It changes the whole relationship as it was, and it's not. And then when you go back to that, they feel it's not the same relationship. Oh, you're welcome. But remember, Anna, you can always do sneaky stuff. Also, just make sure like their whereabouts and things, and you can just ask little questions. There's stuff of interrogation you could do without them knowing. So, and men do it to us all the time. So you got to remember that also. But yeah, blum it, blue. Oh God, a Bumika. Yeah, you can ask another question. Yeah, you can ask a question, Pete. I like the eye. The eye. It makes me want to put on pink eyeshadow or something. I love it. People will if you accuse them of it. Sometimes it happens. You have a baby. Well, maybe that's why he's not. Sometimes you gotta have a little faith and see where things go. So it does happen and it's terrible, but just try not to be so negative and look for the signs. Because if he is, it's going to come to you and you're going to find out eventually. Things like that doesn't stay secret for long. You could try to hide things and then eventually they present themselves. So that's the way life is. All right, now I got Buttercup. All right, well, here, Blumika. Oh, here, I told you some. Oh, yeah, I know, but I still like the eyeball. I know it's from Pinterest, but I still like it. It looks cool. I like cool looking things. I actually draw things from images from Pinterest all the time. I like Pinterest. It is. I don't think he's going to cheat on you. Just give him his freedom and just keep an open eye. And just let the negative go and see where it goes. And if he is, the truth will surface. And it doesn't and when the truth surfaces, it won't be your fault. So it's the best way and it's the most peaceful way to do it. That's the best advice I can give you. When my ex cheated on me, we had a baby. My first fiance. I just let it go for a little bit and I watched and it presented itself. He couldn't lies will always resurface. And that's just life. And people seem to forget that. So I don't feel there's any kind of anything going on now. So I wouldn't worry about it. All right, and Blumika, will I get selected in RIDAI this year? What is that? Is that like a college thing or something? I don't think I've ever heard of that. But I'll do the reading for you. That sounds interesting. I never heard of that. You got to explain this so I could get some worldly knowledge. I learn new things. Being in America, I don't hear everything. Sometimes you hear things. It's an exam for uh reputted. Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like a big career move there. Wow. I hope you get it. But anyways, if for your exam stuff, it's in a new moon in Leo, and it just talks about confidence, being confident and not second doubting yourself, that's a good card for taking an exam. Then it's surrounded by a new moon eclipse and a new moon Aquarius. A new moon eclipse just talks about powerful change. Powerful change is how one thing affects your life directly and changes the course of the events and what you do every day, which is good. Then you got the new moon in Sagittarius, which just means it's a very positive card, very positive, and it just talks about good outcomes or love. I think you're going to do well, but I don't know if you're going to be like, though you won't be the top person, but you'll be on the upper percentile of this exam. Unfortunately, there's somebody that's smarter than you taking this, but there's always that. You try real hard, and then there's somebody that's a couple points ahead of you. This used to happen. I was almost valedictorian in my college class, but there was always that one person. So that does better, and you're just being like, you'll be like, what the fuck? How did they do this? And that's how it is. So I see you getting through it. I see you getting through it, but you're not gonna get the top. You're not gonna be. I see it more maybe between an 80 percentile, which is good for any kind of test that you would be doing. So I do see you get through with at least an 80% or maybe a little more. But that's all you need to get where you're going. There's always those people that are gifted. So you can't, I mean, there's people that are smart as Stephen Hawking out there. And none of us can compare to these people when they're born. They just naturally, it's like, wow. I mean, you just don't know how they got that intelligent, but they did. But you'll be okay. It's a 3-level exam, and we have to clear each level. Wow. I'm going to pray for you on that one. I really am. I'm going to pray you get through it because your energy seems really nice, and nice people deserve good things. I really believe that. So, I do. All right, now Buttercup. You want to know the actions? Let me move my little thing over. All right. You want to know actions of RS for me in the next few days. Is this like a boyfriend type thing? Is that what RS is? Boyfriend. Okay, this is a boyfriend's initials. I don't know. They got it. There's exam. Bumika has it. It has 4 things, and his has initials. So I gotta make sure this isn't a test or something for a school activity. Alright. I don't know why it said message restricted. YouTube does this. I don't know why. I just try to go with the flow and not try to break a lot of rules here. Anyways. Alright. You and the boyfriend are in New Moon in Taurus. And that's good because it's a prosperity. But I feel that this prosperity that you guys are having isn't going to be It's not going to be money wise, it's going to be goal wise. And goal wise could mean if you were trying to get like a certain thing for your house or something, or you were trying just anything you have goal wise. So, whatever you guys were planning and you were trying to get or something, I feel that it's coming. Then you got it's surrounded by a void, of course, moon and a new moon in Sagittarius. The void, of course, moon does pretty much signify what it is whatever you guys were trying to accomplish in the short term will not come. And I feel that whatever the situation, I feel there was a situation that you were trying to get some kind of response on, and that's not going to come about. It's going to be more long term. And you got a new moon in Sagittarius, talks about luck. So this is where you'll get in the long term. So that's what I'm getting at, where I'm getting. Whatever agreement that was, it's that the short term's not coming. You gotta wait for the long term. So, alright. Why Mark isn't getting back to my message I sent him? Will he get back to me? Oh, Mark. Was this the guy you were asking about before, or is this a new one? I remember you were asking about someone before. Or maybe that could be someone else. I'm trying to get your name. Proud. Yes, I did message him again just to check. Okay. Did he ever get back to you before? Because I thought he did before. He seems like a very busy person. He really does. A lot of people that got they got a lot of stuff to do in their life, I guess. All right. This whole Mark situation is in a full moon. A full moon does mean surrender bad things to like your bad feelings, but also it represents somebody that has a lot of things on their mind. The full moon. He has a lot of things on his mind, and he's a overthinker. That could be one reason. And then he got a dissembling moon, and this just means that the suggestion is that he relaxes and lets things go, but I mean, he may not listen to these kind of conclusions. Then he got a full moon and eclipse, which talks about conclusions that he personally wants that are within reach. And I feel that it's not all about you. I feel that he got a lot of different things going on also in his life. So, and I believe that the delay has something, I'm picking up something to do with a family member. So, I don't know. I think this is the reason Mark did not get back with you. That too. He is very busy with work, and there's something going on with a family member also, I'm picking up. So, and I know it's, some people, what, do you want to go back outside again? Is that what it is? We'll go back outside, okay? Just give me a minute, Chong. I know. I love you too. I know. You're the best. You're my baby. You're my baby, and I love you. It looks like all is well. He's just really busy and he's overthinking. He really is. I'm sorry. If you could draw, I would show you. You don't have fingers, Tom, or I would have you drawn. I promise. I know. I'm sorry. You don't have fingers. Okay, you met him in person. He doesn't seem like a bad guy. Well, I don't feel any bad vibrations towards him. I just think that he has a lot of dedication to family and work. That's what I'm picking up. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that means they'll have a long term job and he doesn't really have to worry about a lot of stuff. So, I mean, just give him a little time if you like him that much and let him just come to you and let him know you're still there. Maybe wait a couple days. I hope to meet him in person and clear things up. Maybe you will soon. I mean, maybe he has one of these exams going on. I mean, who knows? Everybody seems to be taking exams and bettering their careers, and even where I'm at to be an RN and this and there. Oh, you too, Bomika. You have a nice day. I know, John. Give me like another 15, 20 minutes and we'll go outside, okay? I promise, okay? I get it. I love you, Chong. I love you. Just let mommy finish the little things and then we'll go out. What? At least you don't eat my pencils. Oh, you're getting a certification too. Okay. Well, I hope you get your certification. Oh yeah, he does. He wants to go pee and he wants to start his little blog. Yesterday was all about Chong Day. He thinks he's the star. My dog has been doing social media since he was 2 months old. And he struts in front of the camera. This is nothing I've taught him. He just likes strutting in front of the camera. And he is a very good dog actor. I used to put Pup Academy on for him. Oh, yeah. All the shorts are on it. Chong the dog. That's why the channel's there. Yeah, I used to put Pup Academy, Sesame Street. He knows like 50 words or more. So he's very good at knowing all this stuff. Everybody told me that dogs aren't that smart. He was a run of the litter, so I made sure that he learned how to be smart, and I taught him like you would any child. So he understands. And I treat him as my equal. He is my furry son because I'm a good person and I think everybody should treat people and animals nicely. And even the collars people use. I used a prong collar when he was a pup, and not because I'm mean, because he's a massive German Shepherd and Black Lab mix. My dog is 180 pounds of muscle. My dog can drag you down the street. Before he was fully trained, my dog would, they go through the T-Rex stage. And in this T-Rex stage, it gets pretty bad. And that collar was, yeah, he is. He weighs more than me. all full of muscle. And I had to use that prong collar because it's the only thing that got his damn attention, because it never hurt him because he has muscle everywhere. I don't have to use it now. And I did get a lot of criticism all through social media because I was using it, but I don't care, because depending on the breed, it's not inhumane. And we think he has a little bit of pit bull in him too, because he's strong. He's very alert and he knows people's smells. And we actually know cops that do some canine stuff for the canine unit that help us out also. And they got him to where he's doing really well. But he's a big boy. And you can't baby the big boys sometimes, especially when they're in the T Rex stage, or they're not going to be good dogs. And I didn't want anybody trying to put my dog to sleep. That's the thing. So I did do that, but I don't use it anymore because I don't have a reason to use it anymore, honestly. I don't. But when he was in that T Rex stage, oh my God, hell yeah. I would try to get down the street as he's dragging me and everything else. And if I didn't have that prong collar, I'd have been in trouble. The cops use them on their dogs, especially when they're training. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, the cops take good care of their animals. They love their dogs. I mean, there are some cops out there, they could pick the method they want, but some are very nice and they don't do that. So, alright. Schlack? Is it Schlack? Says, how does Saria Gupta feel for me? Okay. I think I'm I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm getting better at pronunciating the different names. Okay, Mr. Chong's waiting for me. Probably in another 20 minutes, I'll go take him outside. Because he's probably got to pee. And I'll do this reading. Alright. Alright, Shalak. This Sharia is in this whole entire energy field, she's in a full moon in Aquarius. And that's good. A full moon in Aquarius just means love. And that's it. It's a love card, and she loves you. And she's trying to see where it's gonna go. Because you never know where things are gonna go when they're going. And then you got a waxing crescent moon surrounding your situation of full moon in Aries. A waxing crescent moon just talks about having faith in your dreams. So just don't forget about your dreams and admirations and things that make you personally happy. And then you got a full moon in Aries. And this just talks about there is going to be about a time where there's going to be a disagreement, but it's going to be more over a misunderstanding. So make sure that you're doing everything you need to do and being very clear about it. So there's no confusion, so there's no conflict. So that's what you do. Is if you want to avoid conflict, make sure everything is crystal clear. So, oh hi Devin, how you doing? You could ask a question. How you doing? I haven't talked to you in a couple days. I'm over here getting a willow tree, and I made me a necklace. I'm having a good day from the park. I don't think you were in the stream on that one, but It was funny. Towards the end of the stream, Mr. Chong ended up, he found a big pile of deer poop. And as I was streaming, somehow he got on the edge of the deer poop and I had to come home and give him a bath. It was funny. But I don't edit out anything. Life is funny on its own and it gives you the answers you need when it needs. How am I viewed in public? Oh, okay. Let's see how you're viewed in public. You're the one that's the UFC fighter, right? A fighter. Are you the fighter on, or is it someone else? I think you're the UFC fighter. I'm not sure. I know there's somebody that comes on here that's a UFC fighter. I'm just portrayed as the crazy the tarot card lady, and I'm happy with that. I'm crazy, and I'm crazy for knowledge, and I'm okay with that. Oh, okay, you're the one then. I remembered. I like keeping my circle small with these because I get to know everybody individually and people, and I get to see other people. I'm kind of glad I don't have a million people in my stream at once. I wouldn't know what to do. I would have to have a team of people with questions, and I'm fine with a little bit at a time. All right, how people see you your in your media is in a full moon in Capricorn. And this talks about a tough cycle and you ending a tough cycle. I sense there was a lot of things going on and people talking about you and saying lies and things like that. But it's signifying that that cycle is ending, which is good. Then you got a north node and a new moon in Aries. The north node is just talking about stepping out of the bubble and pretty much just telling people you don't care about what they say and this is how it is and moving on. That's what north node is because people talk shit about you all the time, Devin. They will. They talk shit about me and I don't even do anything except for try to save dogs and go around and do nature stuff. Even me, they do this too. And then you got a new moon at Aries, and this is good. It just talks about taking a stern action. Just take action and show people who you really are. But there was people talking shit about you trying to ruin your image. And I feel they were close to you, spreading rumors also. That's what I'm picking up. So just kind of watch for the fake people. I felt that there was a couple fake people in your circle. And you just need to go through people and reevaluate them, maybe do some military stuff. Start asking a question a couple different ways and ask and seeing if their stories change. Because when you're in boxing and doing stuff like that and dealing with all that money, everyone's going to be your friend. But just start doing just little interrogations because there are a couple people that's not being very nice to you. And I'm going to pray for you. And you know what? Maybe I'll start watching this boxing and try to see your matches. Because I'm sure, I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but maybe I will. I know if you subscribe to me and have a page, I know I subscribe back because I always do that. If whoever subscribes to me, if they're a YouTuber, I always subscribe back if I see their channel and all that. But mostly I watch documentaries, but I'll try to watch your boxing. I will, and I'm going to pray for you. But yeah, watch out for these friends. That's why things were going bad for you. Oh, you're welcome. And thank you for supporting Chong the dog. Because I don't know if I'll ever be as wealthy as you, but maybe you can help me one day with trying to save dogs and cats and all the creatures on the earth. I'm trying to do it all, Devin. I'm trying to save them all because we're not going to have a earth enough for anybody to do anything with if our world is destroyed because of humans just killing the environment. I'm a very big environmentalist, and I did have a vegetarian diet up until I got sick, so I don't even like eating the animals. That's how deep it gets with me. I don't. I don't like eating animals. I don't. I love them so much I can't eat them. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's just how I am. And I'm worried about this breed. They're doing. The scientists are. They did DNA splicing, and they made a dire wolf. And this is an actual real thing. They have it on YouTube, and it's been and they just do it. They want to do the woolly mammoth and all these different things, but I don't know if it's a good idea bringing these guys back. I don't know. I feel that it's a different ecosystem, and it's gonna be bad for the animals that had just adjusted to this ecosystem. So I don't know, but science did it. And I will tell you that I don't like to tell you guys things that are not facts, and this is facts. The woolly mammoth they have not done, but it's some actors that want to do this biogenetics. And the thing is, I don't know if biogenetics is the answer because I was watching a documentary and nature finds a way on its own. So with all these guys going extinct, it's gonna bring upon another one, another species, which we might have to just accept a different species. Because now that the dire wolves here, they haven't released them because the government's not letting them release them because they don't know about the environmental effects. But it's gonna happen, and it's not gonna be good. So I don't know. I really don't because the wolves are almost endangered. They might take out the gray wolves and the red wolves and the wolves that are already here because they'll be the dominant ones. The dire wolves were well over 200 pounds. They were almost 350 from the past that went extinct. Well, I don't know. This is a major big deal, just like when they clone Dolly the lamb. And I know the research is out there, but just because it's out there don't mean it's good for you. I mean, crack is out there, but it's not good for you. So, same damn thing with all this nature stuff. So, I don't know. All right, love, love. Card for love, please. You really like your love, don't you? I see. I know love could be dangerous sometimes, my friend. It's a very chaotic emotion. I will tell you that. Love can move mountains or start a war. Just like Helen of Troy. He fell in love with Helen so much, he started an entire war. It's how powerful love is. Love will make any man stand on his knees. And this is true. And when I say man, I don't literally mean just a man. I just mean man as in human mankind man. It could be a woman or a man. But yeah, love is that deep of an emotion. And it's in all mammals. Because I was listening to a documentary before I came on here. And all mammals they nurture their young and they feel love. They do. Which honestly, orcas do the same thing and they're getting eaten by sharks. So I don't know. I feel for these orcas right now. All right. You are in a super moon, and I can see why. Your emotions are all over the place and you want some love. You want that love and feeling. And I feel that from here. And the card came up. And you are surrounded by a full moon in Pisces, and it's talking about balance, spirituality, and practicality. In a card boot. I know, Chong. Right after this reading, we'll go outside, okay? I promise. We'll go to Chong Park. Alright, we're gonna go. And anyways, you got a cardinal moon also, and it talks about being bold and making first moves. So I do see things coming to you, but you're gonna have to get out there and maybe try to date. They used to have speed dating when I was younger, where people just kind of went around and asked people questions, and then you could find a date. It was crazy. You had like, I never did it. Some of my friends did. I never did. I didn't find all those activities interesting at all. I let things come to me, but you just kind of sit in the room and well, you go to one to the other, and then if you found one person interesting, you would go, and that would be the person that you might hook up with. Sometimes you paid for these activities, sometimes you didn't, but it was the 90s. It was even in a movie. It was such a popular practice. But I'm old school, so. But this tree's getting there. I got the little roots there in my new thing. Alright, Chong, we're gonna get going. I'm gonna end the stream, take Chong out. I'll probably be back in an hour or so after he gets happy and does his poo poo. And thank you for caring about humanity and the support on the channel. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And please reuse all your plastics because baby dolphins are getting hurt from plastics, especially the tops of them. Plastics are not good for our ocean, and if you can, try to reuse what you can. And try to get biodegradable things, like those flushable wipies. They will clog up your toilet, but they're biodegradable. So if you need to get wipies, buy the flushable ones because they are biodegradable. So, and that's all I buy is the ones that are biodegradable. Because I don't want the baby dolphins dying because of me. I don't. I don't want that on my conscience. I know. I love you, Chong. Okay? You're a good boy. Alright. I did your love reading, love. And I'll pray you find some love. And Devin, I'm going to pray that all these negative people stay away from you and your boxing career goes well. And thank you for anybody that came in the stream, and I appreciate everything on behalf of the animals and the planet.